So, Berlin Wall, Part 2, WZGC Z93 Atlanta, Barry Chase, Scott Woodside Morning Show. We're back in town, talking it up, saying what a great experience it was to see the Berlin Wall come down and all of the excitement, etc. Well, I guess about a month went by. I really don't know how much time went by, but Roger Waters, leader of Pink Floyd, decided to do another Brick in the Wall concert right there where the Berlin Wall divided East and West Berlin. Of course, he had to wait till the wall came down, and they put a concert together, and they had these gigantic. So we flew over there and reported that. By that time, Chase had a passport, and we flew over for that. Took a videographer and our morning show producer, and me and my partner, his wife Tricia, and my wife Cindy. So we all flew to Berlin to see the show. It was a cluster, let me tell you. There were no chairs. Everybody sat. We sat right over by Hitler's bunker. They found that about a week before the concert. Hitler wasn't in there. We checked, thought he might still be hiding. He was nowhere to be found. Rumor has it he didn't like rock and roll music. But Cyndi Lauper was part of the show. I mean, you can look it up. You can Google it. I really don't want to waste your time with all of that. But the concert, and there was nowhere to pee either. Where are you going to pee? Thank God we were young and we could hold it. But I can't imagine at my age now going to a Pink Floyd, another Brick in the Wall concert in Germany with about 100,000 people and no place to pee. I could tell there was no place to pee because it hadn't rained, and everywhere I walked, my shoes got wet. Anyway, so where was I? All right. So there were a lot of celebrations after the concert, and we had press passes, and the Hard Rock Cafe had put up this gigantic tent, and they had these big chunks of the Berlin Wall that were made for the stage, because when Pink Floyd started singing the song, these giant styrofoam blocks started falling on the ground. Well, a few of them were taken back to the Hard Rock Cafe. So all of the artists would come in there. There were personalities too. There were actors, everybody, and they would sign the wall. And so we had this blank one over here, and I'd say, hey, Cyndi Lauper, come over here a minute. Hey, Barbara Bach, come over here. Hey, sign this piece of the wall. So they said, oh, there's two, we'll sign it. So they put all their signatures all over the piece of the wall. And I mean, I think it was probably 7 feet tall and maybe 3 or 4 by 4 feet cubed. It was big. And we got it all signed. And by then we're just totally toasted, drunk, saying Freiheit. In the earlier episode, I kept saying we were saying Freiheit. That means freedom in German. That's the only word I know. And so we're saying, you know what? We should take this thing back to the United States. And we thought, hell, well, they'll never get that on the damn plane. It's too damn big. It's bigger than a casket, for God's sakes. I said, oh, I know. There's this new company called FedEx, and they ship stuff throughout the world. And I bet we can find a FedEx office through our Hotel Intercontinental where we're staying. Well, we didn't know what we were going to do, but we hailed a cab and put that damn piece of the wall on top of the cab and had to tie it down. It was humongous. And drive back to the hotel, probably 10 miles an hour. So we get the thing in the lobby and asked the guy, could he check it into where the luggage is? And he laughed. He says, it's got to stay right out here. No one's going to steal it. No one wants it. But yes, we can get FedEx to ship this for you. So the next morning I went down and talked to the FedEx people and said, we'd like to ship this back to Atlanta. What would the cost be on that? And the guy says, oh, well, that's about $735. I said, you got to be kidding me. Then I thought, this is a piece of history. this is a piece of the fake wall from the concert. So I gave him my credit card and said, charge it. And we went back to the States. I guess about a week later, this big, gigantic piece of wall was delivered in the lobby of our studio over on Paces Ferry. And God, it was big. It took 3 FedEx people to haul it up, they had to take it up the stairs. It was too big to go in the elevator. Put it in the lobby. And we said, okay, we got it. Now what the hell are we going to do with it? And the general manager, David Mazaris, and the program director, Tony Dog Mathis, said, what should we do with it? But before we figured that out, what did it cost to ship that thing? And I said, oh, it was $730 some odd. And I said, by the way, here's the receipt. And they said, God almighty, you need to ask before you do that. I said, we were in Berlin. It was the heat of the moment. And I don't remember if I had to end up eating that or if the station paid it. They were pretty tight. I don't know if they paid it or not. They claimed they didn't have any money left over because of our salaries. But we gave it away on the air to some lucky, you can't see my quotation marks with my fingers of both hands, but some lucky listener. And we said, you when you come pick it up, you need to bring a pickup. And anyway, it was a lot of fun and laughs. I haven't shared that story with anybody in so long, but I thought it'd be something that might interest you. And that's the end of the Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall, Berlin story. Thanks for listening, by the way.